In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful, we the humans are strange sort of creatures. We are very intelligent actually. As compared to the rest of the creatures, a human being is quite intelligent. And that is the reason that we have created so much, managed so much. But along with this intelligence, we should have been equally or even more intelligent in another field. We will talk about it. I shall name it a little while later. Look, if at all we are having something of lesser quality as compared to somebody who is close to us, as compared to somebody who is near to us, as compared to somebody with whom we are found sitting and chatting and interacting with. If at all whatever we are possessing is of low quality and what they are possessing is of high quality as compared to us, this makes us unhappy. If we have something lesser in quality and quantity as compared to somebody we are found interacting with, as compared to somebody we are found sitting and chatting and doing the things with them, we feel upset and unhappy. If we don't possess something which is possessed by the others, we feel very unhappy, very unhappy. If at all we are having some sort of trouble, problem, which others are not having, again we feel unhappy, we feel troubled. So it does not happen once in a while only. It does not happen once in a week, once in a month or so. Unfortunately, it does happen very often. It does happen very often. Every time we meet a person who has something better than us or more than us, we become upset. We try to hide it, but we don't feel happy. And as I earlier said, if at all we are having some sort of trouble, problem, which someone else is not having, again we feel upset. So maybe we are always in need of one excuse or the other to become an unhappy person, to become a dissatisfied person. Maybe because we are very greedy. We are very greedy. Greed is there, very deep into the mind and hearts of ours. And the greed on the one hand, jealousy on the other hand. We are found feeling jealous. We are found feeling jealous. We should not be that. Why are we jealous, by the way? Jealousy burns us and keep burning us. Jealousy is a bad thing. It keeps us unhappy, and once we are unhappy, obviously we cannot be as productive as we should have been. A happy person, a relaxed person is delivering far better performance, work, work quality as compared to somebody who feels jealous, who is having the trouble of jealousy, But the jealousy is not so uncommon thing. It is common. It is very common. It is very, very common. Maybe there are certain exceptional cases only who don't feel jealousy. If at all anybody near to them possesses the things which are better in quality or quantity, a person does feel disturbed. And a person feels more disturbed if at all those people does not behave in a humble manner with us, does not treat us kind heartedly. We become even more jealous. This jealousy are a kind of inferiority complex. We do feel inferior every time we come to know, every time we realize that I'm not as good as somebody is. My spouse is not as good as somebody is in one thing or the other thing. My children are not as good as someone else who is near and near to me. We feel troubled. We feel jealous. These are the complexes. We are found creating complexes in ourselves and amongst our family members as well. This complex is one of the worst complexes because it keeps us very unhappy. We cannot become happy as long as we are having a trouble like this one. Now there are people, even we ourselves, if at all we do meet somebody who's not as good as we are in one way or the other, we start feeling a kind of superiority. Again, it is a complex. Superiority or inferiority, it is a complex in both the forms, in the both shades. A very sensible person was found saying that even the superiority complex is an inferiority complex. But at least one thing is there, that it is a complex. Why don't we identify it as a complex? Why don't we tag it as a complex? Because unless and until we don't recognize this as a trouble, as a disease, as a problem, we shall not be able to do anything else about it at all. Now the researchers are found saying that it is good to be intelligent. It is good to be intelligent. It is good to have a good IQ. It is good to have a good IQ. And we the human beings are having far better IQ, intelligence quotient, as compared to the rest of the creatures. But unfortunately, we are not good in the emotional intelligence. We are not good in the emotional intelligence, EQ. And the researcher says that it is not the IQ but the EQ which will keep you happy. If at all we are happy because of a good EQ, we automatically become more productive, more competitive. Although these good EQ holders do not believe in the competition, do not believe in the competition. They do believe in the cooperation instead of the competition. So I think that we will never ever be able to become a happy human being. We will never ever be able to become a happy human being. Our life cannot be good at all. Our life cannot be good at all. Cannot be good at all unless and until we work very hard to develop our EQ. our emotional quotient. As a matter of fact, we cannot become a happy human being at all unless and until we are found competing here and there. This competition, that is something which is spoiling our life. I why don't I look that much handsome? Why don't I look that much younger? Why don't I look that much educated? Why don't I look that much well mannered? Why don't I look that much well dressed? Why my house is not that good? Why my house furnishing is not that good? Why my vehicles are not that good? Why my food is not that good? Why my influence is not as good as that of someone else who is who's close to me? I think this kind of competition which is going on with the people we live our life, with the people we are close to, this kind of competition, I think that is something really nonsense. That is something really which is spoiling our life, and that is something which has created so many of the complexes. Or even if it is one complex, I believe that this is the worst kind of complex we should not be having amongst us at all. That is that as long as that complex is there, we will never ever be able to live a happy life. We will never ever be able to live a productive life, and our life will become meaningless if at all on the basis of this competition. Even if at all we do succeed in earning more money, even if at all we do succeed in achieving more influence, even if at all we do succeed a kind of in achieving a kind of celebrity status, I think that our life will remain a troubled one. Why? Because we are unhappy, and this unhappiness, I think it is worse than having the lesser money. It is worse than having no influence in the society at all. I think we need to do something about it. These are the complexes, and these are obviously inferiority complexes. A friend of mine was saying that even as the superiority complex is an inferiority complex. At least one thing is there, that these are the complexes. If at all somebody is having lesser than us, we do feel superior, and we start feeling a kind of superiority complex. Here we are having a superiority complex, and at most of the places, we are found having a kind of inferiority complex. I think these complexes are spoiling our life, and unfortunately, these complexes, either a superiority complex or an inferiority complex, does not allow us to become to become a competent person, does not allow us to develop our skills in a better way, does not allow us to become a more happy human being, does not allow us to become a more productive human being. If at all we do want to live a happy life, all what is needed is that we must abandon all of those complexes. Thank you very much.